Hi guys, and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're taking a closer look at the latest model from Merkur watches. Now Merkur is a large Chinese conglomerate that makes many watches under different brands, and this is one of their basic or main brands. Now I've featured their jump hour complications, I've featured their TV screen funky watch, and now they've created something that looks very elegant and very simple, yet it is unique, and it's the first time that I've featured a watch with this kind of dial, or should I say application of the markers. Now usually this kind of reminds me of the Baltony 1921 that I already have, which has a frosted dial, highly polished numerals and highly polished hands, but that thing comes with applied numerals, where this one has them engraved into the dial, and the effect is quite frankly spectacular. Like I've said, I've never featured a watch with this type of a dial or with these types of our markers, and I have to admit it is really amazing. When it comes to the Baltony, it is finished perfectly, and I do like those applied markers, but they lack the dynamic of this. With Baltony, you have a polished surface and you get a reflection that is pretty flat, and the only thing creating any shadows is the fact that the markers are raised above the dial. But with this, every single line, every single carving that they've done creates its own shadow and its own lighting effect. And like I said, the result is quite spectacular. Now when it comes to the watch itself, it's 38 millimeters in diameter, just over 46 millimeters lug to lug, and 13 millimeters thick. That might sound quite a lot, but it doesn't wear like a 13 millimeter thick watch because the case itself is much thinner, and part of that thickness comes from the case back, the stepped bezel, and the sapphire crystal, which is domed. Now usually Merkur watches put K1 mineral crystals on their watches, but in this case they went with sapphire, which is always an improvement I really do approve. Now when it comes to the movement used, they call it MD01, which is actually just their version of the Tongji, or Chinese standardized movement, that's been on the market for decades. So it's a proven workhorse. It's a manual wind movement with 21,600 BPH. It doesn't come with hacking, which is a good thing on this because this doesn't have a running seconds hand, and it has about 40 hours of power reserve. What I love especially about this movement is the way it winds. It has that same vintage feel like my vintage Dox and my vintage King Seiko, which means that the winding action or the clicking action is very loud, very firm. It really is a joy to wind, which is kind of impressive. Like this, when you wind it, I like this feeling more than I like my Omega Speedmaster. The Omega Speedmaster, although really on a different level when it comes to the movement quality and everything, the winding action, it just doesn't hold a candle to these vintage type manual wind watches, and this basically is just newly made, but a design that's been on the market for decades. Now the watch itself, like I said, really looks spectacular, and these numerals are something that you really have to see in person to truly appreciate. This is the first time, like I said, that I've featured this on my channel and that I've actually seen one in person. The only other watches that I know of that have this engraved type of numerals is a model from Longines and another high-end watch from one other brand. Other than that, I've never seen this type of numerals, and I have to admit I really do like it, and I don't understand why more brands don't do it. So this, even though it has this very classical run-of-the-mill look, because of these engraved numerals and because of the quality of the engraving and the finish of the dial and hands, for this price that they're asking for, is truly a unique watch. Now the watch is supplied on a leather strap that looks that has this textile pattern on it, and although it's quite soft and supple, it is too long for my wrist, so I do switch it to my own strap when I wear it. But for the purpose of this video, I put it back on the stock strap, and as you can see, the buckle actually has this, so once you pull it through here, you have to pull it down here to the keeper. So this also represents that fixed keeper that you would have on regular straps, so I do like that. Anyway, so that's it when it comes to this Merkur and the engraved numerals that are new to me. I don't know if you ever had a watch like this, please do comment in the comment section. I personally love it. I know this is not the most legible watch in the dark, but any hint of light is going to make it readable, because as you can see, it really catches many reflections because of all the angles of the engraving of different numerals. So very cool design, quite affordable, and to me, like, if you're into these types of watches, go ahead and grab one. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.